What up, everyone? No. We are getting there, almost there. What up, pork chops? How are you, my friend? And Zinstone, good to see you. True solo level 1. I don't know if that's the plan. We're not gonna play some Vermintide though. Hey, what up, Danny? Yeah, we were literally just started, haven't even opened the game yet. Just thought I'd say hi to everyone first. So that was the plan. Oh man, I was looking. I was sitting and looking at a knife, right? Because I really wanted a new knife. And okay, so the kind of knife I wanted, like a butterfly knife, right? But where like the blade has to be what's called Damascus steel, right? So it has to have this really shiny finish where it almost like it has this weird effect where it almost looks like wood, right? Like wood circles. What up, the dirty circle? But it also has to be really shiny at the same time. And literally, the only one I could find cost like $1,950. I'm not paying that much for a knife. At least not where currently in life. That's a bit, you know. And I couldn't find any lookalikes that weren't just crap. What up, Gutsy? Which kind of bothered me. Because like all the ones I found that were like decent, they all had something I disliked. There was something about each one where it was like, nah, that's annoying. Anyways, I don't know which one you prefer. Let's play some Vermintide. Oh, let's see, what day is it even today? Oh, it's Monday. I see. Said stop. I don't want to have that running. Meanwhile, it's really heavy on the CPU and GPU because it's rendering sort of. It's like having a simulation running in the background. We will enjoy this. Yes. I hope so. At least that was the idea. I've tried it, pork chops, but I haven't actually played it a lot. No, I had like when Vermintide 2 came out, I had no idea what it was. A friend of mine bought it for me, and yeah. So it was kind of coincidental. Like I knew the Warhammer universe, but I never heard about Vermintide when I started playing the second game. So I have tried it briefly, but I haven't actually played it through. So I haven't tried it properly.
Just another glorious day in the right one.
Always good to start the day with some huntsmen, maybe. Some huntsmen. Makes it easier to talk to chat because you can go invisible. Oh, I seem to recall that the weekly this week was like really cancer. Nope, that was last week. Last week it was like something like darkness, more specials, and that thing where you have to stick close together. And this is actually nice. Let's see if anyone's playing. Nope. Let's see, France, Germany, Great Britain. Yeah, we can join this one. Everyone having a good Monday? Slaying some rats. I guess a Monday is always, you know. Darkness, Curse of Conrad. Yeah, that's what it was called. Curse of Conrad shit. And more specials. Absolute cancer. Indeed. I was playing Kata Twitch 200 the other day. And then some doing some Kata deeds, double Emperor deeds. But I don't think the whole team was entirely prepared for what we were up against, which is fair enough. Good Monday, kinda. Always made better by slaying Wutoki. That's good to hear, Circle. Mr. Circle. By accident, of course. Yeah, of course. Accident. Yeah, Sin, everything is easy with bots. Hey man, beat Dark Omens and Decay Kata, thanks to your guides, and I always recommend your channel for people to improve. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Baki. I've already recorded the clips for Engines of War and for Blight Reaper. So I already have sort of the go-through where I walk through like the map. And then I was planning tonight, actually, at some point, doing the sort of cam commentary recordings. So both of those are going to be coming up tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, I assume. Assuming I don't get lazy.
Stop fuffing around. We don't have time to waste.
I was looking at your face 2 hours ago. A war camp? Oh, sure. Someone needs that. Slaying our allies, friends, and impersonating is always hard. But Baki, I'm glad to hear that, man. Really appreciate that. This is very kind of you. Like, I was thinking about making these map guides ages ago. And yeah, I may have said this before, but I had already done recordings for like 4 maps. And then part of him was like, nah, no one's gonna watch that. No one's gonna, nah, that's too boring. No one's gonna care about how to play the map like that. Nah, no one wants that. And so I ended up not using any of the footage.
I'm not sure this will be as easy as Lona made it out to be.
From Assault's main, is it just me or does Witch Hunter Captain not having a talent for temporary HP on kill seem kinda off? Yeah, I prefer getting for kill, for sure. Some people like getting the critical hit, but I honestly think for kill is way better, way more consistent, way stronger. It just gives way more, like, whoops. Like, you get 8 temporary HP, if I recall correctly, something like that. 8 or 10 for killing a Storm Vermin with kill, whereas even if you get a critical headshot on one, it's still only 8. No, it's only 4, because it's 2 for a hit, 4 for a critical headshot. So unless you hit multiple enemies, which you can't with the rapier, multiple armored elites at least. I don't know, I just prefer temporary HP on kill. I think it's the better. Or does he have on hits actually? Now I'm not. I might be confusing him with. Whoops. With the shade. Kill my jam makes him somewhat OP. Whoops. Oh wait, you're telling. Oh yeah, he doesn't have on kill. That's the way it works. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here and sleeping. That's right. He doesn't have on kill. He has on hits and then on critical hits. I think. Don't hold me up on that. I even read your question wrong. Not having temporary HP on kill. I see. Sorry, that's the multitasking here. Fucking up. I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's actually true what you mentioned, that it would be kind of OP because of his critical hit executions. That would just allow him to really farm temp HP so quickly with his guaranteed ulti, like guaranteed critical hit ulti. Oh, that was stupid. So I think I would get on hits if I were you. That's not as effective versus elites, but it would feel right. Of course, being OP always feels right. Swear to God, I've had the weirdest sleep pattern in the past few days. Like, I think like last weekend, like Friday-ish, I was awake for like literally 50 hours straight. Then I went to sleep, slept for like 10 hours, woke up, went back to sleep, slept for like another 6 hours, woke up, slept for another 4 hours, like literally like 20 hours of sleeping. Then I woke up, I felt fresh, but then I got tired after like another like 8 hours of being awake and working, and I was already tired. I wanted to play video games, but after I finished the video, I was just feeling tired. So I went back to sleep again today, this morning. I went back to sleep again. And then I slept for like, yeah, I don't know, 2-3 hours, woke up, slept again for another couple of hours. And then, yeah, here I am. Like, I've been up for a couple of hours playing a little bit of video games. And I thought I would get to work. But instead of making video, I felt like streaming. I thought it had been a while since we'd done that. I think it's a matter of both preference, but also just getting used to it. I think with temporary HP on hits, you just want to consider the fact that you don't get a lot of temporary HP for elites, but you get a lot of temporary HP for hordes. So it's way more consistent to get HP versus just trash minions. Taking it nice and easy for this game. It's nice to have a team that's somewhat competent here, so I can talk to chat as well. Hey, what up, Chessex? How are you doing, my friend? But naps are non-existent for me. No, it's not. It's rare. I wouldn't call it a nap. I normally don't take naps. Not in the like the normal sense of a nap. That's very rare. It's more like I don't know how to explain it. Because my circadian rhythm is so screwed up that nothing makes sense about how I sleep. So I would not recommend it to anyone else. I've always had a really obscure sleeping pattern. At least as far back as like being 10 years old or some shit. It got screwed. Oh shit, that was the wrong. No one saw that. So yeah, okay, they have plenty of armor. And no. Do you even know what sleep is? Yes, I do, my friend. I do. It is the state of reduced consciousness that your brain uses to fill your, essentially clean up all of the excess waste in your brain. And it's also heavily involved in memory. Oh, lol, that was some fucking bullshit right there. What? Okay, I can feel I've played too much CS. I've actually wrecked people in CS today. Holy fuck, I played 2 games. The first game I started out going 15-1. I did end like 30-15, which is pretty decent for a ranked game, but still not as good as having starting out with a 15 KD in the first 10 rounds. That was pretty nice. Not missing that one. Isn't that the thing where you lay on your back pretending to do something until you do it? Rank? I've played CS since Global Offensive. I've played that since the end of December, right? So for roughly 2 months, and I am Master Guardian. But I've watched it competitively for like 8 years. So the thing is, I'm way smarter at the game then I'm good mechanically. So like I'm struggling because I'm playing, been playing with silvers and golds and people that are just dumb as fuck. They have no fucking clue what they're doing. They're just, all aim, no brain, right? And I'm like, I'm like the exact opposite. I mean, not that I don't have aim, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like my strong side is partially, my tactical skill. Ooh, that was good timing. Also because I've been in IGL in MOBA games, which means I'm good at like calling stuff, but that just doesn't help when you have a bunch of Russians on your team who are like suka bled. And again, nothing against Russians, but god damn it, they can be frustrating sometimes in CS, I'll admit that. Oh fuck. Maybe I should focus here for a second. Oh shit, that was really bad timing. Whoa! No! What? No! Oh, no way I missed that. Okay, maybe I was too focused on that. Warm-up game, okay? You always are allowed one warm-up game. Let me test you on that. Test me on what? Let me see. I mean, yeah, CS, it is a struggle, but it's also, there's a beauty to the game as well, the simplicity. Just like Vermintide, it has extremely good core mechanics. But yeah, which is why I'm currently possibly joining a team, actually, because I feel like I flourish way better in a setting where there's actual teamwork, right? You can go save map again if you want. Oh, that's the wrong button. I keep activating my ulti because I'm trying, like, in Counter-Strike, I talk on F, right? But that's my ulti button in Vermintide. I talk on G. You can just, yeah, let's go same map, it's fine. Well, we got it this time. So I keep activating, every time I've been playing CS, I try to jump with my scroll wheel. And I activate my ulti at stupid times. And it's always like, you just need to adjust real quick. Favorite brand of alcoholic beverage? I wouldn't say that I have a favorite brand, but I do have a favorite sort of alcohol type, and that rum and whiskey. I don't drink either very often. It's very rare that I drink in general, but when I do drink, whew, then I go full retard. And like when I was, I've been to Jamaica once. That's where that picture in the background is from, and also some of those beverages you see there, some of them were bought in Jamaica, and I bought a best bottle of rum I've ever had in my life. I think it was the equivalent of 1,800 Danish kroner, so like it was like a $350 bottle of rum, right, from Jamaica, and my god, that was delicious. Well, now I answered the question. It's when you get burned by 10 warp fire throwers. And whiskey can also taste good if it's a good one, but I hate like bad whiskey. Like, this is it just doesn't taste good. Denmark doesn't have euro? No, we don't. We do accept euro. So like Denmark has its own currency called the Danish kroner, but we do accept euro. So one of the requirements for us actually entering into the EU, like one of our demands was that we voted on it as a country, and we didn't want to switch to the euro permanently. We liked our own currency, and so because we didn't want to be dependent on the value of the euro. So it's a universally accepted currency in Denmark. So you can pay at the gas station with euro, but they'll pay you back in Danish kroners. So that's how that works. Yeah, I guess you could say that's like Great Britain. Before they, no offense, went full retard on their... I think, again, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to blame anyone for thinking differently, but in my opinion, them leaving EU was just straight up dumb. Just straight up the wrong decision. We need more unity, not less, especially in the Western world. And I honestly think that at least a lot of people in the EU, think a lot of people, they you know, I don't think a lot of people actually really wanted to leave it, but once, you know, at a certain point you can't go back, right? The vote has been made. There was also a lot of misinformation about how much, like, they were, about them paying so and so much to the EU each month. It's just not true. Just blatant lies. And all in all, it's going to cost their economy millions, if not billions. Actually, almost guaranteed it's going to cost them billions. And it's going to cost the EU as well. Because it's just going to make trade harder. It's going to make... At least they got a deal, right? That's always something. So props to that. But in my opinion, it was the wrong decision. But that's just me. I could be wrong. Whoops. Fax is so good. And I sound like a drunk, yeah, but I have two good... Faxe, like Faxe is like a Danish soda, Faxe Kondi. Jack Daniels and Fax, is that it? Like, I can drink Jack Daniels and Coke, but again, Jack Daniels is not a good whiskey. It's a horrible whiskey. It's you know, it's fine for the price, I guess, but it's not a good whiskey. It's just a well-branded whiskey. Like, amazing brand, like for sure. It's the most sold in the whole world, I could imagine. So, let's see if I can save him. It's a bit risky. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, that was a good save. No. Oh. Oh, that's safe. No! No! That's fucking bullshit. That was such BS. Like, oh shit. Don't worry, guys. It's all part of the plan, of sorts. Oh no. Whew. Okay. We have a chance here, we have a chance. Let's drink this at the right time. When we need it the most.
Listen, Blightstormer. That's the Blightstormer, Bill.
That's now. Okay. Let's give her some space here if we can. No. Oh shit.
Hold on, let me drink this. We've lost our health. Wrangler.
Ouch.
There's a rot hill. Careful or it'll have your head.
Oh no. Whoops. Yeah, sorry for not answering chat, guys, but just need to concentrate here. Otherwise, we're gonna lose again.
Well, that's a leech and no mistake.
Over there, Lumberfits. A Chaos Warrior. Strike them.
Nice.
Fire thrower.
At least we found out. Yay! On the bright side. Now, if people would just try to stay alive here for a bit.
Call your target. I'm off hunting.
Ouch.
Have a care. That's a Chaos Warrior.
You're all good, mate. My rat's dead.
Oh no, that was a very risky move on my part. I might be dead here. No! Fuck. Oh, well, to be fair, they weren't making it easy for me that game. Okay, wait, let me see here. No, chat's opinion on tea. Any good recommendations this week? All I've been doing is 1001 a night. Jack is a whiskey. It's kind of binge drink. If I want a good one, I drink a glass of it from time to time. Yeah. What's your chat's opinion on tea? I just drink Earl Grey. Honestly, it's mostly the reason I drink tea is only because of my throat. Because I talk so much during the day when I'm recording and streaming and stuff, and just generally when I'm playing, that I need something hot to drink. Otherwise, I sort of over stress my throat, I guess. I would drink coffee, but at a certain point, you're like, I couldn't drink that much coffee. Like, if I only drank coffee every time I needed something hot to drink, I would kill myself. Might as well have a drop. Okay, maybe we should switch hero. Something a bit more substantial. We'll do a witch hunter captain. That's fair enough. It's a matter of preference. My family is filled with coffee drinkers, so I was bound to drink some as well.
Thanks to our efforts,
Well, never. That's what instant coffee is for.
want to find our merry little
There we go.
and murder us all in our bed. It's alarming, but it's also an opportunity.
Yeah, me too, mostly.
Just left the camp
Goeie in hart. And welcome to the stream.
Enough for us to turn the tables on our rock club.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure I think it was fairly well played what I did before. If I'm being honest, it wasn't perfect, but
Look at that armored brute.
and I hate to say it, but the worst is the volley crossbow, unfortunately. As much as I want to love the volley crossbow, it's just not good for Shade. I really want it to be, and I'm not saying you can't make it work, because you can. Like it is, it's not that it's so bad that you can't use it if you really want to, but it's just not very good. Like you're gonna have a harder time, and that's just a fact.
If only the swamp would swallow up the Northland of Warhammer.
It does sort of. There is a meme build where you get the guaranteed critical hits. Or did they change that to only melee? I don't even remember. Double assassin.
So far from the temples of civilization.
Ooh, that headshot.
Sigmund is our shield and our flaming sword. The blood dies.
$1 10 pack at the dollar store. Warm water per 1 stir drink. Wins at the terrible taste. Know how to do it, lol. I don't know how to make instant coffee. Instant coffee is just freeze-dried coffee. You just boil water and pour it over, stir it, and then you have coffee. Granted, it's not as good as actual. Like the taste is slightly different, but you know, some people actually prefer the taste of instant coffee. I think it's a matter of what you're used to. Chaos Warriors. That's the damn tune being forced away. Drinkable as long as it's not cola plus coffee plus energetic. What? Admittedly, after 3 days at Dreamhack, you do feel slightly disgusting, just with all the amount of energy drink you've been consuming. Couldn't save any of them there, as much as I wanted to. Also didn't like Billhook at first. Suck hard, swipe. Yep. Don't like stick to it. Stick to it. It's one of those weapons where it's not gonna feel good at first. You have to fail at least 5 or 6 games with the Billhook before you get the feel of it, like at least. It has one of the highest skill sort of floors in the game of any weapon. It's like sword and dagger. It's like it's gonna feel wrong at first. You are gonna fail, and you are gonna feel like a scrub. Maybe use it on a difficulty lower than what you play when you are sort of, you know, on your best. Because it takes a while. It does, but once you get used to it, it is by far the best for Zealot, for example. Yeah, but Chessex, I know, but we've all been there. As I said, like I hated it at first. I thought it was horrible. It took quite a bit of time before I. Oh shit! Nope, I'm not gonna. God damn it! Many thanks to for telling me to stay calm 16 times in one vid. What? Whoa! Calculated? No. Did I tell you to stay calm 16 times in one video? I don't recall this. But it is hard to stay calm sometimes in this game. That I like. I think I had a weekly for art. That's a double assassin. Watch out, double assassin. Did we just aggro the Chaos Patrol? Okay. Ouch. Oh no, that was not good. Almost did not dodge that. What? What? Did you guys see that? That was some bullshit right there. He was literally hitting in the opposite direction. Like, I know that happens sometimes with that minion in particular, but like, that was unfair. That was some BS. Just stay alive and we'll be fine. Oh, help. Thanks. Watch out for a leech incoming soon. Got it. I'll kill him the next time. He just did a 180 on you. I don't think so. The attack looked as if it was literally hitting in the opposite direction of where I was. Ah, no problem. There's ammo over here. Oh, don't do that. Oh, you see how the elf almost dragged that attack into me in the last second? Want to watch out for that you don't do that. I mean, it's fair enough. It happens sometimes. I don't know it was an accident. Can happen to anyone, myself included. But it's something you want to try to avoid. Trick shot, yeah.
Not so much deep as hungry.
Oh, damn. Whoops. Okay, that moved a little bit faster than I had anticipated. Nope. No, fuck. Oh! Calculated? No. I didn't even realize it was a bot that I was trying to res and risking my life for. If I knew that, I would have just left him to die. Oh, you're leaving circle or what? Well, if you are, then thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it is. It is. Witch Hunter Captain is relaxing to play. I think the Huntsman is also really relaxing to play once you get the hang of him. Oh, I'm almost considering going back for ammo. Ah, need to make some progress as well. I haven't been in the community for long. I joined just for the release of Winter Magic, and I know almost nothing of the lore, so my experience is all more along the lines of hopefully it's a good experience. Yeah, me too. Same. Totally agree. It's somewhat similar opinion. I just hope it's good. Good content. And I'm sorry to say it, but I have no idea who the next class is. Oh, I did not register that. I have no idea what the new class is, no more than anyone else, I'm afraid. I don't even have any good guesses, other than what I've heard from other people. Oh shit, that's not good. That's not good. What? From up there? Okay, come on, Kruber. Show me what you got. Come on, Kruber. Kruber! Fucking retard bot. What the hell are you looking at? Too bad, Kruber. Ain't. Oh, damn it. Try it. Need to find some healing and fast. We should actually maybe wait for the... come here. Fat. Oh, it was just about the rest spawn. That was my bad. I should have thought of that earlier. We could have had a way closer spawn if we moved back on the map there. So that was actually really stupid. So if we had moved back there, we could have had them spawn right down here. And have a clear map between us and them instead of, you know, a filled one. I think we're gonna have to go straight for the rest here. Because if we get... Oh shit. Assassin coming. See, the way I waited there, because I had to be 100% sure, right? So you can't take that shot when you're out of ammo. When the assassin is moving back and forth, you have to be patient. Wait for the moment right before it jumps, if the shot really has to count. Now we at least have a fighting chance. What? Yeah. Maybe I got a little bit greedy there. I think we could use a teammate here. But I can't help but like Accent Falcon and Rapier Mundo. Yeah, in a sense I do as well. There's definitely a feeling to the Accent Falcon that's like, rah, right? So I think we can all get behind that, for sure. I totally get what you're saying. I still think the Accent Falcon is a cooler weapon, like no doubt about it. It just has something about the way you use it that's like, ugh, double overhead. A Fat Shark releasing a Barton songbook. Didn't even read that. Engineer gameplay maybe. Hello there, James Higgins. Sure, I can do an engineer game if you want. Might but not be the... I think we need another teammate, guys. Otherwise I'll have to play something boring like Battle Wizard. That's no fun. But like, now we're fucking winning this map. But I feel like I'm alone all the time. Half the time at least. If I had my PC I would join. I can only say get good. Yeah, get good. Just get good, man. I don't know. I never play my best when I'm streaming because I'm too preoccupied with, you know, other stuff. I have my moments, I think, but not confident in anything else in the Iron Break Rocketta. Yeah, but that's a false feeling of confidence, I'm afraid. So that's the thing about the Iron Breaker, is you don't want to get used to the safety that he provides. Anyone wants to join? The host is Gix. Gix, if you want to look for it in the lobby browser. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll win if we have just one more. The problem is we have a bot, and the others died a bit too quickly. But it's okay, it happens. It's no blame. But I kind of don't want to keep playing War Camp, because that gets boring as hell. So this time we're winning it. Private lobby.
But if it did, nothing good can come of discussing the matter.
Carillion, about that last sojourn in Castle Dragonfeld.
You needn't waste your time. We've nothing to discuss.
Oh, he's quick playing. That's also fine.
Heard you murmuring in your sleep last night.
Comfy in pajamas in my comfy bed. Not even partner of Venus can get me out of there. What do you guys want me to play? If you have any preferences of the remaining available classes? Well, sleep well, Sin. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm sorry we didn't get a win. I was so close to clutching that. So close. Twice. Join a dwarf or elf or big man, but I'm stuck in Camp Relia for orders. Maybe next time. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's me. Well, hello there, Sin.
Looks like we've made a friend. After freeing his slaves, burning his supplies, and burying his dreams out,
I can do a game of Grillnut.
champion is more than eager to socialize. He's sending out scores of scouts.
Got my sunglasses on.
And his sorcerers plead to their foul god to reveal.
I always have a pair of sunglasses within reach. Actually, I have 2 pairs within reach. just because I've been, you know, recording intros and random stuff. This is a great tactic for Counter-Strike. You know, if you don't want to get flashed, you just use sunglasses. It's an easy fix, you know. That way you don't get blinded every time your teammate flashes you. It's a great tactic. Great tactic. I have yet to see you play OE Barton, Outcast Engineer Barton. Admittedly, it's been a while since I've played him. Again, the thing is, he is a barding class, which means I can only endure him for so long. And that's nothing against the class. I'm not a barding player. I don't know. There's something about his height throws me off when I'm playing. Like, I can't explain it. Maybe I should not be wearing sunglasses because I genuinely can't see shit. All in or go home. Your winning knife? Well, George White, yeah, you know. In spirit. We had a few unlucky games where I tried to clutch and I almost made it, but eventually I failed. I have to admit defeat, but I feel pretty confident. That's why we're on the boring ass, you know, easy win mode, playing the Battle Wizard. I say that now, but let's see. Player wears 3 sunglasses. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone. Play tournaments as well, actually, in Hearthstone. But it's a game where every time I start playing it, you know, I look at a game, once in a while I'll check up on a stream, I'll be, oh yeah, Hearthstone's fun. And then I'll play it for like, you know, 6 months, and I'll be like, oh yeah, now I remembered why I quit Hearthstone. It's fucking, it's fucking dog shit. And then half a year later, I'll be like, oh yeah, Hearthstone's fun. And that's how I'll sort of I'll like install it and remove it from my PC like twice a year. Oops, I kind of dodged into that. That was on me. Just duck, it would be easy for you to say, Bart. Oh, I have the Swift Sling version. I was supposed to have the Opportunist version of the sword. So that's when you have Opportunist, it's just way easier to stagger stuff. And since you also got 10 HP on stagger, I love the dual fire. Yeah, the problem with dual fire is you're sort of competing to have the flaming dot on the target. So it's actually a really bad idea, in theory. You can't both have your flaming dot on at the same time, which I guess in a sense makes sense. You know, putting more fire on a fire doesn't necessarily, you know, double up the fire. Oh yeah, that's a Chaos Patrol up there. We managed to kill it last time, but so I got 200 hours in Vermintide too without realizing it and love the game, but the hell do I not find it boring? It's definitely a tryhard game for sure. Sort of a mixture of first-person Diablo, a bit of Dark Souls, and a little bit of Dying Light as well. I feel like just a tiny bit, just a teaspoon. I still think they should implement more. Like I think something that would be like great for this game was like a sort of an infinite game mode. You know, sort of like Fortunes of War, except you know different map, and where you just have waves. And, you know, instead of 160 waves, you just have these waves where you know, just got harder and harder. Like that would be something where a leaderboard might actually be who could get to the highest wave, right? That would be way better leaderboard-wise, and also just fun-wise. Like that'd be a good way to scale the difficulty, just having incremental increases of harder and harder waves. And then, you know, get rewards based on how far you made it. I'm still trying to get, like, I have this amazing, I told you guys about this last time I was streaming, but I have this amazing gameplay idea for a video, but it just won't work. It's so annoying. The spawn tweaks mod won't do it, and I've tried to ask in the modded community a little bit, but I think I need to contact the creator of the mod. I think that's the only way to move forward, because I really want it to work, because it would be so fucking hilarious. Like, it would be so fucking hilarious. Imagine just playing a normal Legend game, right? And imagine that people don't know what's going on, which, you know, that was the initial idea, but now they're gonna know. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I should stop talking. Nah, screw it. And the idea then was that I wouldn't tell them what was, you know, what we were doing, and then that hordes consisted of 100% stranglers, and that's it. Right, so a completely normal game of Legend, except all hordes were 100% stranglers. and just seeing people's reactions when like, "Wah!" I think that would be hilarious, but maybe that's just me. That would be some spicy ass gameplay. Every time you hear the horn, ooh, you're like, get the cover! Find open ground! We need ammo! More ammo! Because like, if that wave reaches you, you're fucked. Like, there's no dodging that. There's no dodging that. Like, you need to take it out, and you need to take it out now, right? You need distance. And then you have to kill that freaking horde before it reaches you, or you're fucked. Tell me more about the Styx and Okri games. What's that? Artist of games, AC4, both Styx and game, I strongly recommend. Both Okri games, Vermintide 2, Team Fortress 2, Siege. Like, dang! That's a lot of games. Oops. I just want Darktide, and then I want Chaos Wastes, and then I want New Elf class. I'm a simple man. This is what I need in my life right now. To heal the wound that's in my heart from the release of Cyberpunk. Like, have you heard how they screwed up once more? I haven't played it in ages, so I haven't experienced it myself, but I heard that they released these 2 big patches what was supposed to fix the problems, and with the 2 patches came another equally significant game-breaking bug, which screwed people over equally hard. Like, I'm still excited, at least I hope I'm gonna be excited for when the multiplayer comes out, which is, like, in the current scope of things, I think that's easily 4 to 5 years away. Like, if we're like, we have to be a bit pessimistic about that. But hopefully that's gonna be good. I could definitely see the modding community going full ham on that. And then if that becomes a thing, then I'm definitely gonna play that. But again, that's far into the future, right? That's What maps do you guys think? Okay, if we exclude Engines of War and Blight Reaper, Convocation of Decay, whoops, and what else have I done? Oh yeah, and Dark Omens. If we exclude those 4 maps, which map would you guys like a map guide for? Skittergate? Could be a 1 contender. What else do we have? Athelian Louis. That's another good one. 'Cause people are really bad at moving in that map. It's one of those maps. The map is not hard, but but at the same time it really is, because people are so bad at teamwork in that map. I don't know what you guys think. Ha, see, I can do this without literally looking at the screen. Literally without looking at my monitor. I'm just kidding. Probably wouldn't last forever. Not a viable... Like a Captain Jack Sparrow of stealth games. I mean, I gotta admit, I am a fan of Captain Jack Sparrow. I thought the first Pirates of the Caribbean movies, man, those are freaking pieces of art, in my opinion. Especially the first one. Like, god damn it, he just plays it so perfectly. Like that's slightly, you know, slightly mad, yet slightly brilliant. I don't know if you noticed, but that's something I like going for from time to time. I mean, not in an imitative way in terms of what he's doing, but like just in general, I've always liked that sort of. There's really something to being like slightly genius, yet also slightly mad lad, right? like a little bit crazy, yet also somewhat of a genius. I think there's some truth to that. And I don't know, maybe that's just how I've always viewed myself, like a mad lad genius. Like again, I'm not saying that I am a genius, just to be clear. But you know, we all have, we all view ourselves in a particular light. And I like to look at myself as a mad lad genius. That's you can think I'm crazy for this, but I'm just being honest here. How did you get your frame? Well, you see, here's the thing, right? I drew a picture of the meme doggy, you know, doggy, and then I gave it to the community manager of Fat Shark, of Vermintide. I contacted him. I asked him if I could have it, because the only way you can get it is if Fat Shark gives it to you. Here's a Mad Lab. I'll go get the other one. Because that's the only way you can get it. So I asked him if I could get it, and he was like, only if you draw a picture of a doggy, a hand-drawn picture. So I only had like a really shitty pen. So I took a really shitty pen from my school days, and I found a piece of slightly curled up A4 paper, and then I drew a paper of doggy, and then I took a picture of it with my webcam and sent it to him, and then I got the frame. So yeah, that's how I got it. Yeah, the first one was the best one. I agree. The first movie was the best, but I still think the second and the third were really good. The fourth was like, and the fifth was like absolute dog shit. Like, holy fuck. Like, words don't describe how terrible a movie the fifth one was. Like, oh my god. No, he's dead. Or she. I heard assassin, where is? Oh, it's over there. Like the fifth movie, oh my god, it was just an insult to the franchise. Like, that's what it was. No, don't watch the fifth one. The fifth one is just absolute dog shit. And I mean, like, it is, the fourth one isn't good. It's not horrible, but it's nowhere near as good as the other three. But the fifth one is like, it's just dog shit from start to finish. I think there's like one good scene, and that's it. It's horrible. Like, they just absolutely trash on the whole character of Jack Sparrow. And just everything is so cringe, but not in a good way. Not in a good way at all. Like, it's so pathetic. The ending is just, it is so Disney that it's hard to explain just how Disney it is, right? It's like, for absolutely no reason, you have this scene where, and suddenly you just have Elizabeth Swann and, you know, Orlando Bloom, which is the actor name and the character name combined there. But you know who I'm talking about. Just for no reason, in the middle of an island, on a field on an island, for absolutely no reason, they just suddenly come rushing into each other's arms, having not been in the movie. In the entire movie, they haven't been there. But in the end, as soon as sort of, you know, the main character and you know, he gets the girl, of course, as he does, and he kisses the girl, and then suddenly out of nowhere, those two characters just come running for no reason, and sort of just this moment where you're like, but like, why would they just be like? It makes no sense. It just makes no sense, and it's so cringe, and it's so hard to take it seriously. It really just is. It's like, why would they be on this island? Right? What? Keira Knightley, yeah, that's the one. 6th movie, which is in the works, and it has been confirmed to be without Johnny Depp because of some drama. Are they making a 6th? Just stop it, Disney. Just stop. Seriously, movie companies, they need to know. I know they're doing it for money. Like, they don't give a shit about the franchise. When they have the rights to a franchise, they know how much money they're gonna make, simply because the movie is called Pirates of the Caribbean, and so they're just raping the franchise. That's what they're doing, because they know they don't need to make a good movie. They just need to make a movie called Pirates of the Caribbean, and just, you know, slide it under the radar, and that's enough for them to make a buttload of money. And it's hard to blame them for that, because they're a company, and as much as I like to blame companies, it doesn't help to blame companies. Companies are companies, and the problem about companies is there is no such thing as a moral company. You can pretend all you like, but there is no such thing as a moral company. Sooner or later, the moment something is a company, it is structured in such a way that it has to take profit. Like, unless it's a non-profit, it has to take profit before anything else. That's just the structure. So even if you have a company that's been acting good for really long, the structure of a company is such that sooner or later they will take profit over integrity. That's what a company is. A company is just a machine of people that are set up to make profit. So you can't have a moral company, not for long. Like, oh shit, sorry, I was talking and I wasn't thinking, and I apologize. Sorry, I apologize. But like, there's no such thing as a moral company. Sooner or later, and it's a great example here with Cyberpunk and CG Projekt Red. You cannot trust a company, because even if it's made of good people, it's structured in a way that will force them, that will push them to eventually make selfish decisions for the sake of the company, because that's what a company is. It's a money-making machine. So never trust a company. Never trust a company. Like, I'm not saying that we should all be paranoid about every single thing they do, but don't ever think that there's such a thing as a moral company. Because the moment they do that, the moment you act morally in a company, is the moment you're eventually gonna get fired, you're gonna get replaced, or the company's gonna go bankrupt. It's gonna get outcompeted by companies that are willing to make decisions that aren't moral. So that's just the way of the world. I'm not saying that's the way it should be, but that's just the way it is. So even good people, a company can be made of good people and still make horrible decisions. That's the problem. I should have drank my pot there, but I'm not really. I'm concentrating more on my rabble right now. What? Didn't even affect him, motherfucker? Oh, it did. Just delayed. Always want to be standing over here. What? What? Okay, I had not seen that minion. Thank you. I feel like, is everyone lagging, or am I the only one who's experiencing like really weird shit right now? How do I have actual? How am I dealing the most damage to him right now? That makes no sense. I'm a battle wizard. I have almost no armor damage. Oh, hoo, hoo. The reactions on that one. Finish him. God damn it. I hit him in the animation. I refuse to die to bot war on stream. That is just not gonna happen. You hear me? Fucking kill him! There we go. Stop paying attention after... oh wait. One moment. I messed up Star Wars and now Pirates of the Caribbean. Yep, totally, 100%. Pretty cool though, but I don't remember if it's in the 5th or the 4th. Yeah, that's in the 5th movie. But I actually disagree on that actually, Felix. Which is, you know, nothing wrong with that. Just different perspective. But I actually really disliked the Spanish, not because of the way they were made, but because I felt like it was just such a pathetic attempt to overdo what they had already done. I don't know. I think the way they made them look, sure, it looked cool from like a sort of a graphics perspective, but I also felt like it just looked way less believable and like realistic. It was just people with missing, like I feel like the sort of zombie or so, whatever you want to call them, ghost, whatever, in the first movie, I think they looked way more credible, like way, you know, more like way more believable somehow. And I think, yeah, it's that they have to make them scary, have to make them, and I think that's a bad mentality. Because at a certain point, you can't just keep outdoing, like, unless you're a Fast and Furious franchise, you can't just keep stacking on top. That's not the way to move forward. And I'm from Denmark, if you were asking me, Train. So we'll talk about Lord of the Rings franchise. They were looking for actors that are okay in being nude on screen. Yeah, the new Lord of the Rings series, that's gonna be great, okay? Like, the new Lord of the Rings, I've rabbled about this many times. There's a bunch of really good reasons to believe that the new Lord of the Rings series is gonna be amazing, okay? First of all, it has the single highest budget of any series ever. Like, the former richest person in the world, Jeff Bezos, he put out a budget of $2 billion, shooting a minimum of 3 seasons in a cohesive storyline in the Second Age, and the Tolkien family, so the family that owns the rights to Tolkien's universe, the descendants of Mr. Tolkien, they have full veto right. That was a sort of a demand, a requirement for Jeff Bezos to actually obtain the rights to make this series. The requirement was that the family of Tolkien has full rights to veto any storyline decision that's not in line with their granddad's vision. And the fact that they've accepted that makes me really that was really like a huge, oh, this might actually be good. Like, this might actually be legit. So I'm actually really hopeful for the Lord of the Rings series, really hopeful. It has the budget, it has the several actors have been confirmed that were in the original Lord of the Rings movies. So you got great actors, you have huge budget, you have proper storyline, it has all the makings of the next Game of Thrones. So of course we don't know, because, you know, that in of itself doesn't mean that it's going to be a success, but I really have high hopes. He's Danish, unfortunately. Oh, Felix Silverberg, are you by any chance from Sweden? I mean, not to brag, but we did just beat you in the World Championship finals of handball, or whatever it's called in English, by 2 points. I'm just kidding. I love Sweden. I genuinely like Sweden. I genuinely do. I go there for Dreamhack twice a year, you know, when there's not a pandemic. So I have nothing against Sweden. I think it's a funny rivalry we have, and, you know, I like trash talking Sweden in the funny way, right? But I have nothing against neither Sweden or as a country or as a people. Quite the opposite, in fact, I would say. So it's all fun and games, as I assume it was when you said I was unfortunately Danish as well. Yeah, Josh, exactly. Season 8 of Game of Thrones also had a high budget, but the difference is that it also had 2 directors that didn't care. They didn't care. That's the fact. They didn't care. They wanted to move on to Star Wars, right? And screw up another franchise. Like, they had both. They were finished. They had done what they wanted to do, and they had no interest in Game of Thrones anymore. And so they forced it through instead of passing on the torch. because the original idea was for 13 seasons. But yeah. So at least I'm not saying that the Lord of the Rings series is gonna end good, but the first 3 seasons have all the makings of something glorious. They truly do.
Should kill it swiftly. Stupid, huh?
That's all I'm saying.
Where that wolf might be someone else.
Movies and just couldn't get over how bad the fights were. What do you mean how bad the fights are in Lord of the Rings? What are you talking about? The fights are amazing in Lord of the Rings. What the fuck's going on? I can't move. I was completely 100% stuck. You look away for 1 second and this shit happens. But like, yeah, season 8 of Game of Thrones, that was just another level of trash. I heard Loki arming sword is the best on Merc. Yeah, I think the executioner sword is the best on Merc. Guia in half, I would say. That and the spear. Didn't do anything. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it gives a sense of realism to the whole, like... Again, in Lord of the Rings, I mean, it wouldn't make sense if you had just one guy killing 4,000 people, like you know, like in Vermintide, right? That might be a bit excessive. I mean, but you have freaking Legolas killing, like, I don't know, 40 dudes and taking down a freaking woolly mammoth, except like 4 times larger. And I think they did something pretty revolutionary in Lord of the Rings in terms of the scale, the sheer scale of the combat. Of like, yeah, of the fights. That was something no one had ever done on a scale that was like anywhere nearly as big. And then Game of Thrones broke that record with an absolutely trash episode that just was laughable. You couldn't even see the freaking fights. Every decision made in that season was just like, yeah, we're fighting an immortal zombie army. Let's put half our army outside the walls that we've talked about, that we literally have references to, saying that one person could fight off 10,000 men, right, from the walls of Winterfell. But let's take half our army, put it outside these walls, light on their swords, and have them charge into the darkness. Like how dumb are you? Like, how bad? How horribly can you script something? Like that just makes no fucking sense. Okay, just no fucking sense. Like, that throws me off. I can't. When things have to make sense, even in fantasy, it might sound weird, but you have to have a credible universe, or just it doesn't seem believable.
So, I've been thinking about Castle Dragonfell. Even Stone seems a good
Now
idea.
that's something I can
Just making some tea real quick. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. The elite Gondor soldier.
There's an army of those sick buggers on their way to collect their spoils. You need black powder, and you'll find it in a mining emporium close to the manor. No easy task destroying a manor stuck with supplies right under the Rotblood's ugly noses.
As soon as they started with the fan service. What do you mean with the fan service? I mean, Game of Thrones is definitely worth a watch. At minimum to season 6. And I would say even though it starts to drop in season 7, that's when the inconsistencies start. But I still think season 7 is a good season. It's not a great season, but you know, I enjoy watching the whole of season 7. But season 8, that's just don't. Oh shit. I'm gone for 2 seconds and the whole world goes to shit. Really? Battle of Bastards, there was like 60 versus 3k. And there were huge corpse piles. And in Winterfell against undead, literally nothing. Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Also, like, how did Sam not die? He died like freaking 7 times. And like, how could they possibly think it was a good idea for Jon Snow not to get the fight? The king of of the undead, the Night King. It's literally what the whole first 7 seasons have been leading up to. If he's not the one to kill him, fair enough. But like, why would you not have them fight? It's literally what the clues, the whole like. It's like season 8 just ignored everything that had happened up until then, like everything. Also, Jaime Lannister as a character just doing a 180. Like, you have a story progression where he changes from the bad guy, slowly becomes into a good guy, and then just in one season, just in the blink of an eye, I suck anyways, right? It's what? Like out of the blue. It's the same with freaking Daenerys. It's like the amount of time they had to get her from who she was to like the bad person was just, it made no sense. It happened so quickly and it just didn't seem believable at all. Like, at all. And then you're telling me that the smartest character, at least one of the smartest characters in the entire series, Varys, right? The bald guy with no dick. You're telling me that he just that he betrays her and then just sticks around with like no plan as to the smartest dude, a really clever guy, and he just dies in the dumbest way possible. And you're like, that was entirely predictable. He knew exactly what was going to happen. Yet he was just waiting around for it to happen because that's so dumb. Let's see here. They had from the writer was that they got told what the ending was. They had to force characters to. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. But they didn't have to. They could have just passed on the torch. They could have said, we're not going to make more seasons. But instead of finishing everything in shit mode, we're gonna pass on the torch to some other directors. I'm sure the list of people that would have been willing to pick up that torch is pretty fucking long, right? Like, because they initially wanted 13 seasons. That was the initial, like, that's what not George Lucas, that Star Wars. That's what George R.R. Martin wanted, like, so they could have made 13 seasons. But because of the sheer fucking disgusting self-interest and sort of egocentric nature of those two directors, who have been doing a good job in the 7 seasons, where, you know, they literally had all the hard work written out for them, right? In terms of having the books to just put, you know, everything out from, and they did a good job doing that. But as soon as they had to write themselves, it was clear dog shit. So, like, yeah, they could have just passed on the torch, man. Whoops. Like, I would have rather had no ending than that ending. Like, that ending was worse than yeah, it's pathetic. I've rarely been so mad. Like, I couldn't believe my own eyes when I was just sitting there like, what? In disbelief, episode after episode. Also, how, like, I think it's in the 3rd episode in the battle within the Night King and that, and then I'm like, so wait, you're not even gonna end it on the whole Night King thing? Cersei isn't more fucking like, what? Like, that's not the great, like, what? Come on. Like, that's not the more interesting of the two stuff. Like, I bet you could ask any fucking fan, and they tell you they're way fucking more interested about the whole Night King situation than they are about fucking Cersei Lannister. Like, we've had plenty of seasons with her. I'm not saying she's not an interesting character. She is, and she's been played really well. But, like, the beef between her and, like, and the Dragon Queen, you know, that's, like, down here compared to, like, the whole Night King thing up here. Like, you know, end of the freaking universe up here. Who sits on the throne? That's, like, down here compared to it, right? Yeah, Chessex, don't watch Season 8. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not. It will literally only ruin your perception of the previous 7 seasons. That's how shit it was. Clegane Ball. Yeah, Clegane, he's, that's the boss. The Hound. Also an amazing actor. Come on, dude. Jump. No, okay. Either killing the Night King is top blue balls moment for, yeah. It was just pathetic. The whole thing, like, how did she get in there? Like, I know she's sneaky and all, but, like, we're talking, there was literally an army of the dead in, like, a circle around, in, like, a 180 circle around, like, just everywhere, literally everywhere. And she just comes flying out of the darkness as if she had been on a freaking trampoline. And like, it made no sense. It made no sense. You're gonna tell me that she just wore a face of the dead and then, oh my god, I got staggered in that moment when I was supposed to dodge. Okay, guys, I'm gonna shut up a bit and play the game because clearly I'm way too invested in this conversation to focus on the gameplay. I get carried away with these things because I genuinely care about, like, how do I put it? There's a really famous Danish comedian. He's only famous in Denmark, right? But he one of the things he said, like, because he sort of not trash talk, but he's in a funny way, right? He sort of dissed a lot of the stuff that comes out these days, whether music, but also other comedians, where he's like, there's really something to putting effort into what you make. Like, I try to live by that every time I make a video. It doesn't always work out. It doesn't. Sometimes you just have to, you know, it doesn't all work out. But sometimes there's really a difference between really putting in effort into something, really trying to make something special. That's what I try with the mastery guides, whether it works or not. And I think once you give up on that, when it comes to a movie, or really making something special, not just copying the same shit again and again, not just making another, you know, another one in the series to make more money, but actually trying something creative and really putting effort in. That's that's what people remember. That's the stuff that's really worth it, if you ask me. And you can't always do that. I understand, right? Like, that's fine, but don't trash on the series, right? Don't make something that's not worth of the name you're making it about, right? Like, I feel like that's just shitting on the previous directors or writers or whatever it might be. Like, yeah, but that's just my opinion. Fired up the binge, Peaky Blinders. I'm back. I need to sleep. Yeah, I can binge watch Game of Thrones. Like, I've done it so many times that by now it feels boring. But I've binge watched it a lot of times. What to play? I think I told someone I would play the Outcast, so let's do that. Any thoughts about anime? Not a lot, I'm afraid. I think it's one of I have watched some anime, but I never really got super into it. I used to read like these what were they called? One Piece, I think. One Piece. It wasn't Naruto, but it was supposed to be the second bit. I used to read those when I was a kid. So in that sense I have, but watching animes like series, I've never really gotten as much into that. Yeah, Heresy, I know. I know there's plenty great ones, and one day I might get, bitten by a certain one, and then so I can see the appeal for sure. But I've never binge watched any particular anime. No, even though I know I should. It's kind of like, I'm almost scared to start, right? Because like it's one of those things. Once you get going, there's no going back, right? And ain't nobody got time for that. At least not me, at the moment. Yeah, One Punch Man. I know that one. One of my friends told me about that, and I thought it was hilarious. Just the whole premise of like One Punch Man. I thought that was genius. So I can get behind that.
So, I keep thinking about Castle Drakenfels.
Sorry to hear that, Joe. Sorry to hear that.
Probably true.
Have you made the Drake gun build work for the Outcast? It's been a while since I've played him, if I'm being honest. I haven't really played him since I decided to make a mastery guide on him, and then halfway through the guide, it withered for me, if that makes sense. Because again, those are the videos where it really takes a lot of effort. Like those videos, there is no easy finish to those videos. Like the last 30 hours of making a mastery guide is just pure crunch. Like just pure crunch every time, right? That's the only way it's gonna get out. Because there's so much stuff, and you have to dive into it for 20 hours straight, because otherwise you're not gonna make enough progress. And when you are not feeling like doing it for a particular class, it's really hard. It's really hard. And sort of I got like halfway. I also have a halfway finished Huntsman guide that I was gonna finish, but the reason I didn't finish that one was because then the engineer came out, and then I sort of had to make the engineer guide. But sometimes I struggle to finish those, because again, if it's not a class that I end up loving, and I'm not saying I don't like the engineer, I do, but it is a dwarf class, and I don't love the class. I like the class, but I don't love it. And it's really hard to put in the hours that it takes, and sort of get the creative sort of, motivation to make a full mastery guide when you're not feeling it. And so sometimes projects get sort of put on the shelf, and that's part of it. That's just part of making content sometimes. The best stuff is the stuff you make because you feel it, because because you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is, I'm a general philosophy is I make the stuff I want to make, that I feel like making. I do try my best to listen to what stuff do I want to make that you guys also want. That was, again, I'm talking too much. I can't play when I'm talking. Sorry. But at the end of the day, you can't force me to make something I don't want to make. I'm gonna say that straight up. So like when I make a poll about what to make, it's because I know that I'm good with all the selections, right? It's because I want to make whatever it is. Sometimes I try to force myself to make something I don't like, that I know I may not feel like, and it always ends the same. It ends up like a half-finished video project that I don't ever finish completely. So that's how it was for the Slayer guide for a long time, but I didn't manage to get that out in the end. But that's because one day I just felt it. Again, I had it half finished for ages, and one day I was like, I'm actually feeling it today. I started playing some Slayer, I got into it, and one day I was like, oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. And then it made sense, and then the video was made. But not until I felt it. Because I feel like otherwise it's gonna be a shit video. I just forgot I have a minigun. What am I doing? Man, don't make it if you don't. Oh shit! Oh, it's dangerous life streaming. I'm struggling with this temp. Do you have a bounty hunter guide? No, I don't yet have a bounty hunter guide, but he's probably one of the heroes I'm gonna make a quick guide on very soon. The mercenary is one. The Grail Knight, the Bounty Hunter, those are going to be some of the next quick guides, I believe. So there should be one of those in the not too distant future. Because again, that's a format where I'm probably also going to make one for the engineer, because again, and then I'll probably use my mastery guide template, you know, some of the stuff I have in that, I'll apply that to my quick guide on engineer, right? Because I do want to make an engineer guide. I don't think I could make a whole mastery guide. That's just too much time investment for something if I'm not feeling it completely. And since I already have half a guide, I might as well use that and then make a quick guide instead. Because I like that format. Because it allows me to make more quick videos that are still in depth, right? But it's in depth in a different way. And sort of the mastery guides are the rare treat. Whoops. Because there's just a lot of unnecessary stuff in the mastery guides, right? It's like, you know, the whole... Sure, I guess they're easier to understand because they're like, you know, numberized and with chapters and stuff like that. But that's also what takes a lot of time, and I don't mind that. I mean, I sort of envy. There's a really good Swedish creator called Lemino, who makes sort of documentaries, right? Like 20-minute videos, and he makes like maybe one video every 5 months, sometimes even, right? It does vary. Sometimes he does make more, but then it's sort of a really polished, high quality, just a piece of art, right? Like you couldn't tell it from a real production, because that's the amount of time he's put into it. And I hope someday I can do that as well, because part of me wants to do that, just really just make a video that's just perfect, right? But also I can't afford to do that currently. So if I only made one video every freaking 8 months, then I couldn't pay my bills. So who knows? Maybe I'll start a second channel one day where I'll only make like one video every 6 months. But then that video is gonna be like a really well-polished documentary or some shit. Oh shit. Whoops. Yeah, the Iron Breaker is the most forgiving class in the game, probably. Oh! You know what? Screw this. It's like, you're asking for it, Settle. If you if you're moving in front of that, that's on you. Can't touch this. Oh shit. Oh, thank God. I may have been slightly in trouble if no one had killed that. DLC is cheap, except Winds of Magic. Get that one on sale. Lots of dual axes, not seen any dual hammers. Yeah, dual hammers, they don't drop because they're a DLC weapon. They don't drop as an item in chests. The only way you can get them is by crafting them. So there's usually a challenge to unlock them, if I recall correctly. Or maybe that's only the skin, I'm not sure. But regardless, just look in your crafting, craft a pair, upgrade that pair to max. And that's how you get your DLC weapons. And if you want a skin for it, then there's a challenge for each of the DLC weapons, more than one usually, in order to obtain the different skins for the weapon. So that's why you, most likely why you haven't seen any dual hammers. Oh, ammo, I really need that.
Gaslight needs to die.
Stay out of the gas, darling.
You're most welcome, my friend. And that Battle Wizard will burn build is one of my favorites. Yeah, Conrad, it's an acquired taste. I would not suggest any new players start out with Sienna, because she's not forgiving if you don't know what you're doing, right? You'll just end up killing yourself, literally. Whoops. Oh, what? Fucking ninja chaos warrior! I had no idea that was... Oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm just getting pwned here. I blame being a dwarf. This is what happens when you make me play dwarf. No. This is not good! Ah! At least I can talk to chat a bit here. I'm still stubborn. Ironbreaker will always be my favorite, no matter what characters are on. Yeah, he's a great character. Definitely a lot of fun. Start an obnoxious vlogging channel where you yell at a camera. Honestly, I've always found that like I don't think my life is interesting enough that people would really give a shit most of the time. But like, I'm not one of those that like, I don't think that highly of my day-to-day life that I think half the internet needs to know what I had for freaking breakfast. So I wouldn't say that there's nothing I could possibly ever consider vlogging. Maybe a vacation, you know, there's something like for example Dreamhack. When I'm going to Dreamhack, I'm very likely going to do that. Thanks for your guides, by the way. Have been super helping starting. Oh, thank you so much for the £5 even. Woo! DR216. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. The first super chat of the day. Yay! Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the video you have made me a much better player over the last week, and you seem nice. Well, thank you so much, Video Pain. I really appreciate that.
Wait a minute,
My man.
got you, homie.
bit of a delay. I don't know why that was so delayed, but maybe that's normal. But regardless, thank you so much to both of you, especially you, GR. I really appreciate that. And I'm just glad to hear that. Like, I'm honestly, I'm just lucky that I get to sit and help people out for a living. Although it's very hard living currently in terms of what I'm making, but that's fine. I know that if I keep at it, it's gonna come someday, right? Do you play Merc? Yes, I do. And wants to know your serial preferences. What do you think about recent netcode update? Did it make any change to you? Oh, that's actually a good question. Then cop dev, I don't mean to be to throw any accusations around here, but that was pretty sus timing right there. Butlaw, Bounty Hunter is second to Witch Hunter Captain of my favorite classes. I look forward to a guide to see what you... Thank you so much for the $10, Butlaw. I appreciate that. You guys are being too nice right now. You don't have to give me your money. I'm just saying. But I appreciate it. I made a very conscious effort to write on my donation.
My man! I got you, homie!
I made that sound myself, combined it. No, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. I keep being not prepared for it to arrive late, but like, what was I saying? Yeah, I made a very conscious effort to write in there that I don't want people. If you don't have a lot of money, then don't give me your money, because I have what I need to sort of to keep at it, right? There are people that are worse off than me. Let's put it that way. So. So I would never beg for it. I would never ask for it. But I appreciate it very much. So thank you so much, guys. Cockhammer still need nerfing? Probably, yeah. It probably does need a bit of nerfing. But I think one of the few things I'm going to vlog, that I'm planning to do a sort of a 72-hour stream, if not longer, is going to be for Dreamhack. It's been confirmed. It's not going to be this summer, but it's going to be this winter. So this winter, Dreamhack, me, and all my mods are going to Dreamhack together as crew. I'm a GL, group leader for esports security at Dreamhack, and I am planning to purchase a proper handheld camera that I can put on my shoulder, and I'm gonna probably give it to Muckluck whenever I'm sleeping, or another one of my mods, and we're gonna vlog stream the entire thing. And probably make it into a crew video. I'd like to make a video about what it means to be crew at Dreamhack, because it's genuinely one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I thought it's just one big family being crew at Dreamhack. So and just seeing, like, the first time, if you've never been to a true gamer event, and I don't mean like BlizzCon or some shit. I mean a true gamer event. We're talking about 25 years ago. 30 dudes in a basement decided that every 6 months we're gonna meet in this basement and we're gonna play video games. That's how it started in Jönköping in Sweden, right? And today we're talking like something like 30, 40,000 people, and there are like maybe 20, 50, I don't know the exact, but 15 to 20,000 people all bring their own fucking PC. Like, imagine I brought this whole, like, people bring like multiple monitors, like they bring their whole PCs, their keyboards, everything, their whole setups, right? I mean all of it, and set it up for 3 days, right? And it's just the best 3 days, okay? It's just the best 3 days. Yeah, I honestly, I cannot wait for that. So yeah, the dates have been confirmed, Muckluck. I forgot to tell you guys that. I don't remember the dates, but it's been confirmed that it's not going to be this summer, but it is going to be this winter. So help me reach like an... Oh, thank you so much, Gabriel. I really appreciate hearing that. I'm glad. It's very nice. You guys are so nice. I'm just glad I could help. I really mean that. It's a very rewarding job. It truly is. I think that's... That's probably what that... Wait, what do you think of that name? Oh, dude, must be a long story. Have sex with weak horse. What? That is a very
Where am I? Out in the wild.
Felix, my man, found you randomly through Twitch Armageddon video. I was not disappointed by your content. Keep it up and watch out when you cross the earth. Oh, thank you so much, guys. You're being too nice now. 50 Swedish kroner. Go Swede. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, Felix. I truly do. Thank you so much. Are you gonna join us at Dreamhack? Where do you live in relation to Dreamhack? How far away are you from Dreamhack? Because like I often play with people from Sweden, like online, right? And I'm like, oh, have you ever been to Dreamhack? And they're like, no. But like, have you been a gamer like your whole life? Yeah, I've been a gamer my whole life. But you've never been to Dreamhack. But it's like in your backyard. And I'm like, bruh. Get your ass to freaking Dreamhack. Like the equivalent in Denmark is like nowhere as big or nowhere as amazing. We do have like Copenhagen games, but it's like, it's not the same. It's not even comparable. People come from all over the world to that event, to Dreamhack. And you can feel the gamer roots. You can really feel how this, like, this whole by gamers for gamers, nowhere is that more true than Dreamhack. The whole event is like, it wouldn't be possible without the crew, which is, yeah. It's just amazing. It's just, everyone is so nice. I don't think I've ever seen that many people together in one space where there was just no one judging anyone else. There was no annoying people. There were no, you just knew everyone here is just a gamer. Everyone here is a nerd. Everyone here just has this, oh, goddammit, shared passion. I'm in the UK and I've done Dreamhack 3 times. No excuse as a local. Ah, nice. Was it in Sweden? Because I know Dreamhack is in a lot of places now. So Stockholm, so not far. Yeah, that's pretty close. Everything will break again. No, Den Cuplev, don't hold back. Ask whatever you want, man. Do you ship Alicia and Lona? It's a good question. I don't know. Why Core puts the spear and shield in C tier for his weapon. I don't know who Core is. I would say that I thought it was horrible at first as well. I didn't like it at first. So I just think it's one of those cases, and I'm guilty of this myself. Again, I've said it. It's just a case of he hasn't given it enough of a chance. He hasn't explored its potential. And he's just deemed, because he had a few bad games with it, that would be I'm just guessing here. I don't know who he is, so I can't say for sure, right? I don't know what his actual reasoning is, just to be clear. But it's the same thing. I once thought the billhook was shit. I once thought the spear and shield was shit, and I once thought the sword and dagger was shit. I'm guilty of all three. Because it takes time with these are weapons that have a high skill floor and a high skill ceiling. And that's why they often have a niche, and until you understand that niche, it feels like a horrible weapon, but it really isn't. You're just horrible with it. But that's not the same. Oh, it's been a while, man, since I... See, that's how you control the chaos spawn. Oh shit, double assassin, that's not good. Man, let me take aggro. Oh.
I hear it about it.
That could have gone worse. Best strat versus plate mounts as a slayer without throwing axes. I guess use your ulti with the stagger to stagger them. Go for headshots. Use your initial, like get an initial headshot with the cockhammer, for example. You can do a heavy attack, get the initial headshot. I think if you have the right build, you can actually one-shot it with that. The first one at least, and then you have to block for their combo. If there's like multiple ones, you have to block after that. Because like if they're in your face and there's more than one, you can't stagger them unless you have like opportunist builds. Then you can't stagger them in the middle of their combo. So just block, just be patient, take them out one at a time in between their berserker combos. I think that's the best advice I have. Playing Merc, I'm having some good playing in my career. Oh, why thank you. I'm glad to hear that. See if I can. Oh. Oops, that was a little bit of awkward positioning there, but we need to take out these banners. Can't keep fighting them. I missed that. Main handmaiden and legend, I'm usually asked for damage. It's crazy how you get so much value out of the spear and shield. Yeah, like the spear and shield is amazing for so many reasons. It's stagger. Oh wait, I think we should probably give this away to like.
Believe me when I say that any caravan attacked by Astrai will become a shells.
Oh shit! I thought I could dodge that. Oops. There we go. That was a very risky move, to be fair. Slightly greedy, even. No, that was a bad throw. I was gonna be excited for barrel plays. Pizza over wine? Yeah, I can. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. I mean, if it's pure vodka over wine, then no. Then I'd pick the wine. I'm sorry, but I'm not Schlav. I'm not Schlav enough to enjoy pure vodka, I'm afraid. Oh shit. No. Are we fucked? Maybe not, maybe not. I think we're good. If the handmaiden reacts. Oh, nice, nice. That's it, team. Good job. Well played. Ah, it's so nice not having to feel like I have to carry everything. How could the single axe weapon be made viable with an update? Oh, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question. I think first of all, it needs a cleave attack. It has to have a cleave attack. If it has no cleave attack, I don't see a world where it's viable unless it has an attack speed so insane that it would just be broken out of this world. So it has to have at least one way to cleave. That's at least, whoops, that would be a huge part of it, I think. What else does it need? It already has good armor damage, so I guess that is what it needs. A form of viable cleave, I think is the primary. Whoops. Maybe I should drink this. Ouch! What? That stuff sells like crack In Estonia. Wait, what? Wait, give me a second here. No, I thought there was... No, damn it. Capital... Streams are coming. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna drink one of the... Oh shit. Oh, maybe that was a bit of a waste then. Oh! The prediction! The prediction! That's how you know you... That proves you know the map too well. If you predict exactly when the assassin is gonna peek and where it's gonna peek from. Like, that was well before I could spot the assassin or know where it came from. That was just pure, pure instant. I think it's gonna come from there, and the time is gonna be roughly now. I was not confident at all that it would work, if I'm being honest, but that was fucking epic. Like, how often do you use a barrel to kill an assassin? Not that often. And when you do, it's usually in your face, right? It's usually because you hit it right where you are. Oh shit. This is dangerous. We don't want to be here. Oh, that's another assassin. Fuck. No! Yeah, I don't like beer actually, like at all. I'm not a beer person, which you know, it's not my fault. I can't help it. I think beer tastes horrible, and trust me, I wish I liked beer, because like growing up in Denmark, trust me, we drink a lot of beer in Denmark. So like, you don't like beer? That's heresy. Like, how can you not like beer? Yeah, exactly. I know, Felix. I know. It's incredible. It's I am some specimen. But yeah, I've always found I've tried many types of beer, many different varieties, and I think it all tastes like piss. I don't know what to do. I can't help it. I didn't choose my taste buds. Nah, me neither, Nemotic. I don't drink that often either, but when I do, when I do, I'm like an either or person, right? It's like where I don't drink, like it's very rare that I drink. Like you can probably count the amount of times I got drunk the last 2 or 3 years, each year on 2 hands, right? But the times that I did get drunk, I wasn't holding back. Like I got I got shit wasted. I'm like, if I'm drinking, I'm having fun, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna make myself something more to drink before we keep playing. And meanwhile, if you guys wanna pick a character, what do you guys want to see? You're also more than welcome to join. I think there were 2 vacant spots.
I've got to say, Kruger, you're holding up well.
Hey, we'll be right back. Yes.
Off since you got back from Castle Drakenfels. Carillion, about that last sojourn in Castle Drakenfels.
Which reminds me, guys, just while my water's boiling, we should do another. Whoops. Yeah, I know this is kind of awkward. It's cause I still need to adjust my table, but I can't. Long story short, my table is too tall, and we're gonna adjust it, but because of the way it's built, I need my stepdad to help me out, because he's really good at building shit. So I can't do that until he gets here the next time. So I have like wooden plates under my chair to make it the exact height where my arm is level with my yeah. So that's why I just did that. But what I meant to say was we should do another viewer event soon. Anyone who has any good ideas, or feel free to let me know. I think it was absolutely amazing the last time we did that, where we had like free-for-all fighting in Fortunes of War, doing deathmatch in Vermintide. We should do another event, because that was just a lot of fun. Meat is good when I was drinking. I get wine being too exquisite for something I honestly not called the golden liquid for nothing. Yeah, like I like the thought of beer, right? When I hear like a cold, fresh Bier vom Fass, as it's called in Germany, then I think, it sounds delicious. But the moment I've just found out it is the taste of beer that I don't like. It has nothing to do with what kind of beer. It is what makes the beer a beer. That is the taste that my mouth just really does not like. At pronouncing foreign words, and are you up to a challenge? Sure, shoot. I'll give it a go. I try to pronounce everyone's name. If they're like, as long as it's made of the same alphabet as I use, because if you were to send something in Chinese, I would have no chance, right? As long as it's that it's the same alphabet, then I'll gladly give it a shot. I make no promises for the success, but Weena Pearson. Almost there. 30 seconds and I'll be there. Let's see. Adaptation of my name. He said it. Yeah, I did. Wiener Pearson. Or Wiener Person, technically. Like, if you think I'm scared of dangerous words on this stream, you're gonna have a surprise. I'm under the general philosophy that if you don't mean bad, then what you say isn't, like, there's no such thing as bad words. There are words with bad meanings, but a word itself can't be bad. Words just mean things. A word has meaning, has definition, okay? It can't be bad. It can mean something bad. It can mean something negative, but the word itself isn't bad unless you use it in a context where you're referring to someone with a bad word, right? Where you're using it to describe someone, then it's negative. But there's no such thing as a bad word. Like, that's why I don't stream on Twitch. I would get banned in less than a week. Just wanted to hear you say the funny word. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Read my name quite great. Den Koptev. That's the closest I can get. I hope that's like I might butcher someone's name, but I'll give it a shot. I'll gladly give it a shot. Let's see here. What else can we play now? What haven't we played? I feel like the Huntsman game we had was kind of, you know, that was a struggle because it was like almost like playing solo. So let's we're a little bit more warm now. So let's give that another go. You did the knife, Belind. How are you, my friend? The man with the nice comments. Say this out loud. See, there is a problem, right? Because there's a bunch of letters that I don't have in my alphabet. At least not entirely, right? I don't know what an S with that thing above it. I don't know how that's supposed to sound. But the pisak pisaria says I don't know. No, I'm trying to do it with Slav. I don't know. I'm trying to do it Slav because I know it's. Hello. Hello. No. Pesek says this. I don't know. That's the closest I can get. I'm sorry, hats and snares. I wish I had any predictions, but I genuinely have no idea. Then say negligible, Felix. Negligible. No problem. I used to have a difficult time saying that word, and that annoyed me so much that I just sat down. Like I do really fast rap, and the word was in a rap, and I just repeated the word until I could say it faster and faster and faster. So now I have no problem saying negligible. To a month ago, and your videos have helped a lot. Well, thank you very much, Mysticast. I appreciate hearing that. This is very kind of you to let me know. So thank you. Haha. Get countered, Felix. You didn't see that coming, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Negligible. It is a hard word. I don't know why even. That's the weird part about the word negligible. Is that it's really hard to pinpoint why it's actually hard to say. It's like there's a mental glitch in people's brains, myself included, when I tried to say it for the first time. There's like a mental glitch that just will not say it, but I don't know why. Because when you look at the word, it doesn't look like a hard word. It doesn't strike me as a particularly complicated word either. I don't know. Oh, I also forgot to answer the question in terms of the connection thing. And actually, I feel like it has helped. Like right now, I'm host and I'm not lagging. And I'm streaming. And I'm on my phone's internet. So I actually might think that it has helped. For those of you that are confused, you can, if you're having connection issues in Vermintide, or like if you feel like even when you have a good connection, it feels like it's lagging or slow, right? What you can do is you can change to Steam's new beta version, which is like a quick update. And apparently that update improves the client-to-client connection, among other things. It's a beta version, but I've heard that it was supposed to help for Vermintide specifically, because that's a client-to-client, you know, it's hosted on someone's computer, and then that has to talk to all the other computers, right? And I actually might think it could also just be luck, because there are good days and bad days for my internet, but it does actually feel like it could have made a difference. I've only had it for like a day or two. Oh shit, I did not see that guy. So yeah, just a little tip for those of you who may have issues with such stuff. So really what you want to do here, in theory, you want to position, whoops. You want to fight from like over here-ish. Headshots were not connecting right now, though. Whew, that was close. You English-speaking folks have it easy, no offense. Do you ever get tired of a spear on huntsman? Use something else? No, I don't. Spear, at the moment, spear, I find it to be the single... But I used to go one-handed sword sometimes. Sword and mace was another weapon I used to use. The one-handed mace. But ever since I gotten used to the spear on huntsman, I use nothing else for a melee weapon. I think it's by far the strongest, in my opinion, at least. And to my playstyle. So, do beastmen start appearing in other maps if you have Winds of Magic, or are they on this map? Yeah, they do. They start appearing in, not always, but sometimes. They're like, the map always rolls, whoops, a certain primary faction. So sometimes you'll see a few of them, and other times it's gonna be filled up with beastmen. As you can see here, the hordes here are also, I think, partially beast demon hordes. Yeah, we have a this time we have a beastman roll. There are some maps where you can't get that, like for example on a map like Into the Nest, you're always gonna get a Skaven roll, so 100% of the time. So you're never gonna see them on that map unless you're playing modded or some other like modified version. You know, and it does kind of become a commitment. Sometimes I use sword and shield or one-handed sword for fun. Yeah, one-handed sword is also a decent pick in my opinion. Generally, you want to go this way. Do you guys want to see an insane game on this map? I have a video, like a gameplay video playing Onslaught Plus. I think it's called something like, this was an absolutely insane game. That's what it's called. And that's exactly what that was. It was an absolutely insane fucking game. I think easily one of the best gameplay videos I've... Oops. Oh no. Oh shit, that's not good. Sorry if chat, I'm just gonna focus here for a moment, just so we don't lose. I think we're good now.
A typical Mayfly list.
Always want to check this room here. Didn't think they were gonna come. Oh no, I heard gas rat. Oh, fuck, missed it. Hope someone's coming my bag. Met a couple of guys in quick play today who also fancy yours, proves how well. Aw, thank you so much, Hat. Oh shit. Look away, look for assassin on screen. Start another political commentary stream. Damn, I'm on a roll. I mean, I'll comment on anything, gladly. I'm a man of science. That is my political affiliation. Science, logic, reasoning. That's all I'm a fan of, really. But I'll gladly give you my opinion on any topic. Yay! Someone subscribed. Welcome, Yasuyu people. But yeah, I'll gladly comment on any topic, and I'll give you my honest opinion. But I think it's always important to know.
To this Wagga-Dagga
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much for the subscription. I think it's very important to know what you know and know what you think. Okay? What I mean by that is if you ask me for my opinion, I'll give it to you, but I'll also tell you that this is just how I see it. That doesn't mean I'm right. This is just how I think, you know, it makes sense, right? Or things are sort of working. And I think that's a really important distinction. That just because you have a certain opinion, you shouldn't conflate that with fact. Okay? I see so many people doing that. That's an issue. If you can't know whether something or not is real, it's okay to say that I think there was fraud in the election. That's okay. But the moment you claim that you know that for a fact, then you're delusional. Like that's just how I look at those things. So that's like, 'cause if you can't prove it, there's no yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying. So that might have been a very bad example. That's way too politicized. But again, and it's not that I want to get into that. It could be any other example. Like conflating fact with opinion is really something people need to get better at. I want your honest opinion on this: milk or cereal first? Definitely cereal first and milk on top. No doubt. No doubt about it. That's just a fact. That is an empirical fact, and you know it. The evidence is there. No. What's your favorite philosopher? Do you like Kierkegaard? Yeah, I do. We've had about him in school. I think actually my favorite philosopher, he isn't even a philosopher, but he's the person who's taught me the most about philosophy and how to view the world and the mind in the present day, and it's a man called Sam Harris, whom I'm a huge fan of. His teachings in terms of mindfulness, in terms of how to perceive the self, and sort of it's helped me become a happier person. It genuinely has, because I haven't always been the jolly self you see before you. That much is for certain. I've had my ups and downs, but you know, everything from severely depressed to you know, I've been through all of those things, and for the first time in my life, I feel I'm in a really stable mood. Like the worst days I have aren't that bad anymore, and that's really just that's just great. That's just a nice feeling, knowing that even on the worst of days, you're feeling fine. It's not that bad, right? Learning how to appreciate things, because that's not something. Appreciating stuff is something you have to learn. It's something you actively have to teach yourself, because otherwise you won't. Like if you grow up with a silver spoon in your ass, which I have, like let's be real, I definitely had a silver spoon, if not a golden spoon in my ass, because I had, you know, not rich, not wealthy, but you know, upper middle class. My parents didn't need anything, let's put it that way, right? And probably had a little more than that also. And so it took me many years to appreciate that. But like, 'cause you don't just do that naturally, because you've always had it, and when you've always had something, it's so easy not to appreciate it. It's something you have to learn. And yeah, so yeah, I think it's really important, actually, mindfulness, how to look at things positively, having a strong mindset, a caring mindset where you know, yeah, I think all of those are important factors to being happy in this world. And it's not the same for every people. But there are definitely truths to be known about the well-being of human consciousness in the context of both social economics and also psychological sort of effects on what makes a person happy. What is happiness even? And because the thing about happiness is it's also productive, right? If you want to help others, if you want to do good things, not in all cases, but generally, if you're unhappy, you're not going to get shit done. You know what I mean? You need to be in a decent place to help others. If you can't fix yourself, then how the fuck are you gonna fix others or help others, right? Make good stuff. Like it's not. If you want to do it for the long term, it's just not viable. So I think it's really important to actually teach kids way more about the psychology of the human brain and how to deal with their own emotions and their own thoughts. So we all have a brain, but how often do you actually think about the fact that you have one? Not that often, right? And like, there's no manual with this thing in our brain. It just, you just get it, right? But no one's. Did I just lose my internet? What the fuck just happened? Oh. How to be happy in life? Yeah, just clutch the shit out of any situation. That'll fix all problems. What more do you need in life than a good clutch here and there? Ah, fuck. I don't do that. Let me see here. I want to say hello all the sellers who load their bracer pistols on me every time I heal them when they have this last life. Cheers to that, my friend. And hello there, Jan Andreas. I really appreciate that. Especially the cringe intros. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the cringe intros. Have you noticed, bro, the new patch emphasizes on host CPU ping? Noticed a few people hosting having CPU lag. I think it's gone up and down with patches. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. I'm not sure. If you pour milk first, are you a serial killer? That's the thing about awareness. When you think too much about something, it's harder to do. But we have an amazing Ios, the main elf, clutching the shit herself. Oh fuck. Look at that. How fucking wrecked. How fucking wrecked. Let's look at that. Just an eternal torture on a fence. God damn. Have you guys heard they're adding, I don't know if they have already. Actually, can you guys test that for me? I've heard, I don't know if it's been implemented, but as I understand it, it has. There's supposed to be a clip feature on YouTube now for live streaming. Like, just like on Twitch. I haven't tested it because this is my first time streaming, but I read about that. That should have already been implemented, as I understood it. But I could have understood it wrong, to be clear. Maybe it's a coming patch, but yeah, that's what I understood. So, could anyone test if they can clip some shit somewhere in the stream? Oh fuck, I did not think he was gonna go for me there. I'm gonna go for the rest. Nope. Ah, fuck. Ah, that was a big kill. I could have done that better. Definitely could have done that better. What kind of tea is it? I don't know, actually. It's Earl Grey Lemon, I think? Cause like I have this pack of like Earl Grey tea with like a bunch of different ones in it. And I just grab a random one each time and yeah. That was an alright push. Unfortunately, I fucked up afterwards. Darkless89X, welcome to the stream. And Nico190488, what's up? What's up, my friend? What's up? A lot of new faces. Daniel Estrada, I want to say hello to all. Oh yeah, read that already. But hello there, Daniel. And CSTKL L1. Here's a challenge without the weird letters. Klop je pot, klop jo. Klop le pot, klop jo. Ouch, just got myself. Klop je pot, klop jo. Klop je klop jo. Klop je pot, klop jo. That's the closest I'm gonna get. Klop je pot, klop jo. Hope that's good enough. Man, I'm sorry for laughing. No, don't feel sorry. That's what I'm here for, honestly. If you're not laughing, then I'm not doing my job. As an entertainer, big brainer, totally insaner. Oh, we're just gonna cut that there. I'm not trying to do more live vids on this time. Yeah, it's perfect for breakfast entertainment for me. But I'm glad that you guys can find enjoyment out of my silliness. No, I like to do a good mixture of dumb, silly, cringe stuff and the actual impactful big brain talk, where I actually, you know, actually try to make a positive impact on people's opinions. You know. I think it requires a good mixture. Dude, what is your job? I make YouTube videos. Full time these days. I used to study theoretical physics. But I dropped out to make YouTube videos. So yeah. I'm a nerd. I could give you Einstein's theory of special relativity backwards. I could tell you about how to try to combine quantum dynamics with Einstein's theory of special relativity inside a black hole. I could, I'm a nerd from start to finish, right? But I wasn't good at 8 to 4. You know, normal job, normal hours. That's just not me. It's not who I am. Never has been. I've tried to force it, but I just realized one day I'm not happy. Not enjoying myself. I wasn't like, it was maybe 1 out of 5 days a week where I woke up and like, I can't wait to get to school, right? Because that was the only day where my sleep schedule was such that I wasn't feeling shit as tired. I wasn't happy. I was trying to force it, but I was genuinely unhappy in life for a very long time. And for a long time, I don't even think I realized it. Petition with what, 30k backups perhaps? But use Sienna's party knife. So 2D or 3D girls? 3D? Preferably 4D actually. You know, I like girls that have, you know, 3 spatial dimensions and 1 dimension in time as well, you know. There's not much fun having sex with a starfish, as we call it. That's what guys in Denmark would joke about if you had sex with a girl and she was just lying like this. You know, just you can't see my legs now, right? But you know, and just lying still, right? We would call that the starfish, which is, I guess, kind of offensive, but deal with it. Heresy on paper, screen on heresy in real life. Petition with 30k backups. What is that petition? Convince Fat Shark for a party knife portrait frame. Ah! Well, hats, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. What I'd like even more is a party knife. I'm just saying, I like the frame idea, great idea. But I'd like a knife even more. Have my own dagger? Oh, that'd be fucking that'd be a dream come true. Patrick Store dislikes this. So I'm afraid that this is probably gonna be my last game, boys. And the reason this is gonna be my last game is because otherwise I will not have enough voice to make tomorrow's video, which I'm gonna have to record during the night. Which is gonna be one of the 2 map guides, either Engines of War or Blight Reaper.
Healing draft. So many stories about this place.
A dual daggers party knife. Oh, that would be fucking epic. The dual. If I could get a dual dagger, then I wouldn't even use the sword and dagger. If I had a dual the party knives. That'll be fucking epic. That is a patrol, and we are gonna kill it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think it's been a really nice stream. I was honestly, I was only planning to stream like maybe 2 hours today, but then there was so many people in here and everything was going so well, and I was really enjoying myself. So yeah, so I kept it going for as long as I could. Oops. Oh, calculated. Now the first heavy attack of the Flaming Flail staggers everything, okay? I mean, only one at a time, that's guaranteed, but it can stagger even a Chaos Warrior. If you have the right build. That explosion effect from the first heavy attack. And one of the strongest staggers in the game. So it's important to utilize that when you're fighting a patrol. Get wrecked, assassin. Your stream times are really late for us 9 to 5ers, but I watch when I can. Yeah, that's true, Felix. That's true. It's very rare that I stream early. I'll try if we have an event, like I was talking about, where we have like a viewer playing event where we do some weird shit, where it's like better planned, right? Where I'll probably gonna be some Saturday or some shit like that, and I'll announce it ahead of time in a video, and we'll set it up on the Discord, and then we can probably go from like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No earlier than that. I'm as weird as that sounds. That is the earliest I will accept. That's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's still, I guess mortal people are still awake at that time. But that would be fucking amazing, because that was so much fun last time. It genuinely was. Honestly, I love playing with you guys. I think it's so much fun. Whoa! I'm curious, what do you guys think about the whole Dr. Disrespect situation on this char? At last with the stagger talent. Yeah, it's not easy, I'll give you that, because you do need to inflict some serious stagger for it to really gain a lot. But I think as you gain higher overcharge, that also increases your power, which then in turn increases your stagger strength. But for sure, I get what you're saying. It's not exactly easy. You're not just generating it from start to finish. But that's why I also like to get the ultimate, where you get temporary HP. I'm not even sure if that's the one I have on right now, actually. I think it might not be. I seem to recall the last time that I was using one of the one with the aura, the burning aura. There's another doctor. Oh, you know, just the whole Twitch ban situation. And the reason behind, and like whether or not you think that Twitch has actually told him, or you know, if it's for legal reasons. I just find the whole situation to be so intriguing, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to fucking. And I didn't even watch this Dr. Disrespect before that whole situation. Like I knew who he was, but I wasn't like a regular viewer or anything. But I think he's a great streamer. The production value of the shit he streams is insane. There's no arguing that. But I just find the whole situation to be intriguing. Because, you know, I sort of have a beef with Twitch myself. Of sorts. More of a moral beef than an actual beef. Because Twitch most likely have no idea who that I even exist. So it's a very one-sided beef in that sense. But I do have a video where I trash talk Twitch quite a bit in a meme. First in a meme, and then just verbally. Because I used to love Twitch, but like Twitch management. I still love Twitch, but I hate their management. Whoever makes the decisions at Twitch, I swear to God, they must have had a freaking brain injury. Like, I genuinely don't think Twitch will be a big player in the streaming industry in 10 years. If they keep up the way they're doing now with policies and stuff, they're gonna get outcompeted by YouTube one day. I know YouTube streaming is shit at the moment. Like, the quality is great. You can actually stream 8K, believe it or not. But the problem is the interface, right? The interface doesn't feel as homely. It's not as good, neither for the streamer or for the audience as it is on Twitch. But if they fix that, I see no reason why YouTube gaming isn't gonna slowly catch up with Twitch. Because no one likes Twitch policies these days. No one. There's no, it's like 1 in 100 streamers that agree with the way Twitch are actually enforcing their policies. Like, it's so inconsistent whether it's in your favor or not, right? There's a Linity having to beg to be banned because so people would leave her alone, right? Because everyone was so mad that she didn't get a ban when, you know, other people in way less worse situations got banned. It's like, it's just a mess from start to finish. I love that you can rewind in YouTube live streams. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I definitely agree. That's really, really useful. And like banning words, again, that's so far off from everything I believe in, philosophy-wise. He admitted to cheating on his wife, if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, that's true, he did that. And respect for that.
No such thing as an
But I'm talking about the whole the ban situation on YouTube. You gotta watch out for the cross-platform bans. Yeah, but I don't think YouTube will. Like YouTube, they do things differently in that sense. I'm not saying they don't ban people, because they do, and YouTube has its own flaws for sure. But you can find me on Steam with the same.
No, don't worry.
Actual reason behind the ban, I had a bunch of rumors banning. Yeah, no, yeah, but that's I think hats and snares. I don't think that's the case. I don't know, of course, just to be clear. But I think the timing of his ban was like on top. It came just as there were a bunch of that type of allegations in the streaming community and gaming community in general. And I think that's where most people got that idea from, that it could be something like that. But if I'm being honest, if it was that, if it was like sexual harassment, stuff like that, then I don't think he would have any sponsors anymore. You know what I mean? I don't think the situation would look very different if that was the case. I think he would have been forced to come forward somehow. I think it would look very different. And again, I think, at least that's just my guess. Legally speaking, I don't think it has anything to do with that, because it's gonna come out eventually. I think he knows that. I think it has way more, like, I think the likeliest, again, I'm just guessing here, but I still think the likeliest hypothesis is Twitch somehow not aligning with him in terms of how they view their platform, and regretting the fact that they owed him like $10 million for streaming on Twitch, and trying to, like, seeing a double win for them in terms of how he's not PC content. So they could both save 10 million and they could get out of a deal, you know. So save 10 million and sort of align themselves more with the image they have of, I guess, Twitch, whoever is in charge these days. But that's just my guess, I don't know. Maybe he is lying about it, the whole thing, who knows. People do weird shit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and the word simp now also, like, so stupid. Or the N-word, can't do that either. I think I've used the N-word in about half of my streams. That might sound like a lot, but in every single one, it's been the same context. It has been in the context of explaining why I don't think there's anything wrong with using the word in a non-derogatory way. That is to say, in an objective sentence where you're just describing what the word means. Where you're just the word N-word means such and such, and it was used as a derogatory slur in the 1800s, blah blah blah, and so you're not throwing the word at anyone. You're not calling anyone. You're just making an objective statement of about the word and the context it's been used in historically, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I would love to hear everyone's arguments for why that's still wrong, but I doubt that you have a good argument if you still think that that's not okay. I don't see the argument. Like, I just don't. Now, I can't know that I'm right. That's true. I'm always willing to be wrong in the face of better arguments, but I've never heard a good argument for why that's not okay. Like, if that offends someone, the problem is theirs, not just theirs. The problem is in their head. Because I haven't called them anyone. I haven't said anything negative about them. I've just made an objective statement about the reality of the world in the 1800s, where the word originated from. And if you feel offended about that, then you have a problem. And there's a problem in your head that you need to deal with and you need to work with, not me. Like, words are not bad. There's no such thing as a bad word. No, Felix, but that is completely irrelevant, if you ask me. Completely and entirely irrelevant. You can't tell me that, like, okay, what is the world we want to get to? We want to get to a world, I think we can all agree, where the color of our skin means about as much as the color of our hair does in today's society. Have you ever heard anyone, no, I won't hire a ginger? No. Have you ever heard, that's what we want to get to, right? How in the world are we going to get to a place where the color of skin means nothing if we set up different rules based on color of skin for who can use a word and who can't? Because, like, black people use the word all the time. So it's okay for them to use it, because but not for me. That is actually racist. Not that I feel offended about that, because I have better things to do. But how can you ever get to a world where color of skin doesn't matter by setting up barriers and differences between what is acceptable? That makes no sense. No sense. Either everything is okay to say, like word-wise, or nothing is. I understand that there's a depth to the past in the use of that word that can trigger something that I can never understand. All right, I can accept that. But then that is on the individual to get over that, to work with that. So not necessarily get over it, that sounds harsh, but to learn the difference between the word being thrown at them and the word just being used in a manner that has no ill intent. Like, the context has to matter, the intent has to matter. If I'm not saying it to bother anyone, I refuse to censor myself because some people find it offensive. That is just, the world is an offensive place. It just is. Like, if you want to learn stuff, the world is offensive. It is. Again, and I don't think shielding people from that, I don't think it's on me to censor myself because there's a chance that some person finds the depth of that word offensive. I think that is then something that person has to work with or shield themselves from, if that makes sense. Way out of your element, what do you mean? For sure, there's absolutely true. Absolutely true. But increase you has an over this and bans you. Where can we find you? Like I've as I said, I've said it several times, so I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be a problem. Again, a worst case scenario is the video or the stream gets demonetized. But it doesn't remove you from YouTube. It doesn't affect your channel. Only the individual video. Sure, it's probably costing me monetization. Like, I've heard that even just using the word, having videos of the word, actually makes your monetization as a channel worth less. But that's not a price I'm willing. Like, that's a price I'm willing to pay. To say what I mean, genuinely, to actually be real with you guys. I'm not gonna pack that stuff in, because I care about the world and I care about how people perceive the world. Because I think that really matters. And so I'd rather get less money and be paid less and stick to my principles when it comes to those things. Because again, I don't. I think the problem is with the people that can't hear the word, and not with the people that. I mean, again, I'm not saying that you should just throw the word around for no reason at all time. That's not what I'm saying. But either everything is okay to say or nothing is okay to say, with the exception perhaps of direct calls to violence, right? But it's the same with humor. Either everything is okay to make fun of or nothing is okay to make fun of. You cannot draw an arbitrary line and say this is and this is not okay to make fun of. It's either all okay or none of it is okay. And it matters what the context. It matters whether this was a joke or not. And then sure, you might say, well then some real Nazis can, you know, use it and then just say it was a joke. Yeah, I guess you're right. But that's a risk I'm willing to take contra censoring humor for the rest of humankind. Like, I don't understand this whole censor thing where it's like, okay, so because there are a few retards that misuse this freedom, does that really make it worth it to censor everyone else? No. Use your common sense. You'll know whether it's an actual Nazi or just someone making a joke. Like, the difference is quite obvious most of the time, right? Is there's racial prejudice and structural racism. We, as white people, know prejudice, but we never feel structural racism in our daily lives. We don't know how. No, but that's irrelevant to whether or not the word is okay to use. Like, that is an objective that is either true or not true. There's no spectrum to whether or not that should be the case. I get what you're saying. You're completely right. That there's a bunch of stuff that I cannot understand how it's like to be them, but that doesn't make it any more or less right when we want to get to a world where we're all the same, like where we're all treated equal. Again, that is something for them to overcome, not for me to hold back. Like again, how would you feel if I knew that they thought that, oh, what a white guy, but everyone was thinking it, but you know, they were all too afraid to say it, but they all thought it. Is that better? No. How is it better to pack these things in than to be honest about it? If we want to make progress in the world, you have to be honest about these things up front. It might be the hard decision in the moment, in the social confrontation, but it's always going to get us further. Like, packing these things and hiding them deep down, that's never going to fix the social differences we have as people. And like, I've been to Uganda once, and I remember walking through a mall, and I remember the feeling when I realized, oh shit, literally everyone is turning their heads. Because they hadn't seen a white dude in 6 months. And every person we were walking as, everyone we walked through, you could just feel how they turned their heads. I was around 18 at the time, and I remember the sort of, the revelation of like, oh shit, that's what that feels like. And I'm not saying that means I understand every aspect of but again, that doesn't matter. If from a philosophical and moral perspective, in my opinion, it's always better to deal with these things up front, and censorship is never the right solution, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. I completely agree. Again, it's not, if people think I'm offensive, they're welcome to leave. I don't mean to offend anyone. I don't mean to say anything negative that hurts anyone's feelings. But if I do, then I accept that. Then that's what that is. If you choose to take my words in a negative way, that's not on me. That's on you. That's how you perceive white people then, and how you perceive it to be an evil that I use the word, even though plenty of black people will use the word themselves. But the moment it's a white guy saying it, then it's unacceptable. And I'm like, no. If I can't say it, then you goddamn well can't either. Like, there is no fairness in that, and there is no equal treatment in that. And that has to go both ways, regardless of the past. Like, if you're living in the past, how are we going to make progress? If you're living in the fact that white guys in the 1800s were absolutely horrible, and they were, let's be real, but I'm not that white guy. I never have been that white guy, and thankfully I never will be that white guy. And yeah, and it's, I don't think it's up to me to pay for the sins of my forefathers. Like, period, end of story. That's not on me. That's in the past. And sure, there's still racism, for sure. That's a thing. It definitely is a thing. But I'm not part of it. I'm not part of it. Period. So, like, if you want to put me in that category just because I used that word, fine. But again, then in my opinion, you're the one who isn't helping. You're the one being inconstructive. You're choosing to see me in a light based off a word I use, where I meant no harm. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's how I see it, at least. And again, maybe I'm wrong. It is totally possible that I'm wrong. I'll give you that. But that's what seems to make the most sense to me. Like, I'm fortunate enough to have traveled a lot when I was a kid and young. I've been to a lot of places in the world. And I have had the privilege of seeing firsthand the lives of people less fortunate than myself. In everywhere from, I've been to Africa, I've been to 6 out of 7 continents. I've seen what it's like in the favela in the Brazil, where my dad lived in Brazil for many years. And like, I am well aware of how absolutely lucky I have been in life. In more ways than one. And I don't hide that. I don't take anything, like, I'm not trying to hide that. But that doesn't mean that I could never possibly understand what that must feel like. That's just not true. Like, this whole, you could never understand. I'm not buying that. I'm just not I'm not, I can imagine it, let me put it that way. Maybe I don't know how it feels. But to say that I can imagine that, as someone with a fairly, I'm an extremely emotional person, I totally get that. But emotions, for me, that's something you need to learn to deal with and control, to a certain extent. It's not, if you let emotions control you, then everyone loses, in my opinion. Imagine if he was actually concentrating. That's a good point. Sorry for the rabble. I'll stop now. I'll stop now. With oh, I apologize. I apologize. What am I doing? Sitting here playing Vermintide, talking about. You guys are like, is this guy Vermintide streamer? I thought he was supposed to. Oh. No, I'm laughing more than you, Nurgle. What is wrong with me? Apologies. The rapping was interesting. I'm glad to hear that. It was honest, at least. Let me put it that way. Whether I'm right or wrong, it was honest. I'll tell you that much. Nurglov probably says the N-word. I can imagine. Wouldn't rule that out. Also a little bit tight. Not gonna lie. Not in the good way. Oh, and into cancer mode we go. See, you want one person controlling him, right? While you have aggro. And then everyone else until the aggro switches, then you focus on damage. Oh, that was a mistake. That's not good. Ooh, because now I might get punched out at the wrong time. Oh, yes. Just pulled it up for long enough. Oh, shit. Fuck. We don't have a lot of single target damage. That's a problem. This is not good. No one else is taking aggro, which... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Why is he still on me, man? I've had aggro for ages. Oh shit, I'm low. I tried. You can't control thought. The only thing you can do is offer counter arguments. See, actions can be judged based on reactions of others. If you try to censor everything, because some people might be motivated by a joke, you've already lost. You do you, friend. I'm just waiting for the truth. The question is it correct or not to use rude language? The question is, should it be punished by third person who are not listening or watching the streams? No, but there's a difference between being rude and using what people call rude language, like fuck. Some people are offended by the word fuck. I'm fucking not. I use the word fuck all the time. That's not offensive to me. And like, if you want to make it something offensive in your head, then fine. But that's not my problem, and that shouldn't be my problem, and that shouldn't censor me. Like, again, that being normalized is the run risk of real racists thinking it's cool, thinking it's okay to be more vocal. No, Nico Estrelero, I could not disagree more with that statement. That, like, real racism is not hard to identify. It just isn't. Like, me using that word in an objective manner does not normalize an actual skinhead calling it to other people. Like, there's no interaction between me and them at all whatsoever, and I don't want there to be. Fuck Nazis. I'll say it straight up. Fuck Nazis. Fuck racists. If any of you are racist, then please fuck off my stream. But the word, it's about the philosophy that goes behind whether or not it's okay to censor people. You have to take these things in context. Again, even if it did normalize the use of the word slightly, that's a price I'm willing to pay for freedom of speech. Like, for the government not to be able to, and companies not to be able to censor us in regards to all these other things. Like you don't hear them. It's with very specific words, right? Like if the N word has to be banned, then why shouldn't the G word, gay? Why shouldn't that be banned? Why? That's offensive. You could do that the moment you accept it for the N word. You also accept that there's the possibility for any other word to do the exact same. Where I know you can't use it because that might normalize the use of this word in that context. So it's an either or situation. It's either okay or it's not with all words, because you can't draw the line anywhere. So when you risk, you open Pandora's box. But by accepting it in one situation, you open the floodgates for every marginalized group to come in and say no, this and that. You can't censor speech in that sense unless it's a call for violence. I feel like even a Nazi, he should be allowed to say derogatory things if that's what he wants. We should all be clever enough not to listen and to laugh at him when he does say these things. When he says stupid, dumbass things, we should just laugh at him and stop paying attention. Right? Sorry for rambling on, but just got here. We're discussing freedom of speech, racism, and the meaning of the word. yeah, exactly, Rasmus. That's about it. I'm afraid the stream is about to go to an end. Damn, why is everything so bright? I don't know. That's a good question. It does actually look slightly brighter.
I'm not saying.
Non-PC police. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Melinor. And
But if it did,
and again, I mean no harm when I say these things. Quite the opposite, in fact. But I think it's the wrong way around. I think people who see, I think people mean well when they're trying to restrict these things. I think they mean well, but in my opinion, they got it completely reversed. Like the logic is completely reversed, and I think it's doing way more harm to censor it than they think. Because yeah, so I spend a lot of time thinking about these things, believe it or not. As someone who's a physicist, I genuinely love philosophy, and I care so much about the world, care about humankind, I care about where we go in the future. And, you know, I think the world needs now more than ever, it needs a universal set of morals, like a unified set of morals that we can all agree on. Because the world is only going to get more and more dangerous in terms of technology. Anyways, enough about this rabble. That was the wrong button. Wait, why is it making that noise? That's annoying. What? Sorry about that. Anyways, I hope thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you so much to the 3 donations we had, the super chats. Really appreciate that, guys. That was so kind of you. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I apologize for the rabble, but I care about these subjects. I really do. I think you can feel that. It's not just something I'm trying to sell. I really deeply care about these subjects, and it's something I like to talk about. So, you know, I like to do gaming, because I genuinely care about that. And then I like to sneak in a bit of, you know, science and philosophy whenever I can, right? I'm sort of hide it under the veil of gaming, so hopefully more people get interested in that. Anyways, thank you to everyone for come to Discord, Mikey. Hey, Multinorman, what up, my friend? How are you doing? Good to see you here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And as always, I love you guys. Stay awesome.